Hey, I'm Nicolette Amarillas. I'm a strength coach and a posture and movement specialist, and I want to help you move better and exercise without pain. Today we're going over one of my favorite core exercises, a flutter kick, but we're utilizing tonal. You could also use any cable machine, but all of the cues I give you today also work for a regular barbell or a dumbbell. Let's dive in. I love flutter kicks. Maybe you've done them with a dumbbell or a regular barbell, but maybe you've never done them on tonal or a cable machine. And it can be handy to have this option if you don't have access to a barbell or dumbbells. I like to get into tonal by coming behind the bar first, making sure that it's weightless. And then from here, I take a seat and bring myself back. I like to be in a position where when my arms are straight, the cable is perfectly vertical and over my chest. I have my bar module button here on the inside of my thumb. I think one major mistake that most people make when it comes to working the core is not engaging the entire body. So before we begin, think about breaking the bar in half and engage the lats in the back and straighten those elbows with the wrists straight and the knuckles up. Really strong and intentional upper body position. And when our legs are straight, whether they're up or down, we're also thinking about squeezing the glutes, squeezing the thighs, and just imagining that our legs are like a tree trunk of strength. The flutter kicks are going to be small movements at the bottom, so you're thinking like no higher than 45 degrees with the legs as they come up. I like to point my toes, engage my glutes, and engage my quads, again, to ensure I have tons of engagement to make this a full body movement. Now, as we do that exercise, as we start to get tired, we'll notice our back start to lift up. I'm sure this is a cue you've heard a ton of times when it comes to core exercises. I want you to think, though, about how you're tucking in your hips to press your back into the floor. So it's not just that you're trying to push your whole spine into the floor. Think more about how there's a pelvic tilt happening. So it's like the front of the pelvis here is coming back, like it's trying to kiss your bottom rib. Okay, so like the front hip bone and the bottom rib are trying to come toward one another. That naturally starts to press your low back into the floor. There can be a little space in between your low back and the floor, but it shouldn't be a lot. It should be barely any space at all. Once you have that position, then you go into the kicks and you're going to feel a lot stronger. Because those legs are staying pretty low the entire time, this does make this a very challenging exercise for the entire core. You might feel a ton of soreness developing through the lower portion of your abdominals, but your entire core should be engaged. Although I don't only want the muscles that are near the rib cage. I do want you to feel the muscles that are right above the pelvis. If you want to make it easier, the easiest thing to do would be either to elevate your legs to a higher position, so not so close to the floor, or add in a knee bend, almost like you're pedaling a bike. So this is going to make it a little bit easier, and you could also bring the legs down closer to the floor, which makes it harder again. What we're doing is we're just shortening the lever arm. Having the knee bent makes the lever arm shorter, which then just makes it a little bit easier on the core. And that's it, a simple exercise for the core. Now remember, simple does not mean easy. So as soon as you try this exercise, you're gonna notice that is not easy. You can always try it body weight first if you feel like this variation is too difficult. If you have any questions about this exercise or any other exercises on my channel, feel free to comment. I'm Nicolette Amarillas, and I'll see you again soon.